In today's video, I'm cooking a chicken korma. This is not a British style chicken korma. This is authentic Indian style chicken korma. Very popular in Delhi, and I'm going to show you how to nail this. Unlike the British korma, which is cooked with the cream, coconut, and it's mild, this korma is a korma from Delhi, which is cooked with the brown onion paste, cashew nuts, and it's very aromatic. This is the specialty of a korma. It has to be aromatic. I'm going to use curry cuts of a chicken. I've taken one whole chicken and I've cut them into curry pieces. And you can use a boneless if you like. And I'm going to use yogurt, fried onion, and cashew nut paste. You can buy your brown onions from a supermarket, but it's fairly easy to make your own. Finally slice your red onions and then drop them into a medium hot oil. We're not looking to completely brown them. We are looking to get this tone, and you can see they are lightly brown, and at this stage get them out as quickly as possible. Now for my korma, I'm going to make my fried onion paste, and for that I'm going to put my fried onions into a blender jar and add a few soaked cashew nuts and add some warm water. Put the lid on and grind them into a coarse paste. Ginger and garlic paste, green cardamom, black cardamom, mace and nutmeg, cloves, cinnamon, coriander powder, garam masala, cumin powder, salt, Kashmiri chili powder, turmeric powder, a pinch of saffron dipped into milk, and kevra water. The authentic korma is cooked into a ghee, which is a saturated fat, and I'm cooking it into a vegetable oil because it's a little bit healthier than a saturated fat. So put your pan on with the vegetable oil and let it heat up. In the meanwhile, whisk your yogurt. It's really important that you whisk your yogurt because you don't want lumps of yogurt in your sauce. If you have a lot of lumps, your sauce might split and you might ruin it. And once it is nice and smooth, add coriander powder, garam masala, cumin powder, turmeric, Kashmiri red chili powder, and salt, and mix everything together. And you see in a second, the Kashmiri red chili powder will make your yogurt bright red. So once the oil is hot, I'm going to add my whole masalas. If you hate to pick up on the whole spices after they cook off, then wrap them into a thin muslin cloth and fry them as a bouquet garni, and then you can take it out at the end of the cook-off. Fry them for 30 to 40 seconds and then put the flame down and then add your yogurt. Make sure that the flame is down and keep stirring. Keep your fire low, and once you've added the yogurt, you don't want to boil it. You want to cook it on a low flame because what we're trying to do is we're trying to reduce the moisture of a yogurt, and we want it to be cooked nicely. So keep stirring on a gentle flame because if you stop stirring, it might split up. So you don't want that. See, the bubbles coming on the top are the moisture. So once they start reducing, we will know that our yogurt is cooked. This is by far the most easiest curry. As you can see that you can do your prep before hand and then keep everything in a fridge and just before you're ready to cook. And the bubbles you see are the moisture. We are trying to reduce the moisture by cooking it. Keep stirring it and you'll see after a while they will reduce, and then we'll add other ingredients. And after about 5 to 6 minutes, I'm going to add ginger and garlic paste. You can make your own ginger and garlic paste. It is fairly easy. Take 50 grams of ginger peeled and then 50 grams of garlic peeled. Put them in a blender. After giving a wash, add a little bit of water and then grind it to a fine paste. You can store it into a freezer in an ice cube tray, and you can use it as and when required. Cook it for another 5 minutes. And you can see that the bubbles have started to reduce, which means the moisture in the yogurt is reducing. And now cook ginger and garlic paste for about 5 minutes. Keep stirring Make sure that you keep stirring, otherwise your sauce might split, and keep your flame gentle. And once you can smell a nice aroma coming out of ginger and garlic, you know that it's cooked. Moisture has almost evaporated and the sauce has thickened. And at this stage, lower your chicken. And give it a stir. Nice. Cook your chicken for about 3 to 4 minutes until it starts to look white from pink, and then cover it and cook it covered for 10 to 12 minutes. Do not add any water because there is enough moisture going on inside the pot. The chicken will release its own juices and it'll cook into its own juices. And right after 10 minutes, when you open the pan, your chicken is nicely bubbling away and the sauce is almost there. And at this stage, add your fried cashew nut and onion paste and give it a mix. Now this curry is almost ready because everything is cooked. The ginger and garlic paste is cooked, the yogurt is cooked, fried onion paste and cashew nuts are cooked already. So it's almost ready. Give it a quick stir and let the flavors marry each other. Cook it for 2 to 3 minutes. The curry is almost ready. The ginger and garlic paste is cooked and the fried onion paste is already cooked. The sauce is nicely reduced. So we are trying to marry the flavors with each other. So let it cook for about 2 to 3 minutes on a medium flame, and then we'll add rest of the ingredients. So just before we finish the curry off, I'm going to grate some nutmeg and crushed mace blade, kevla water, the saffron water, the saffron, and sprinkle of garam masala. And now cover it. Let the aroma build up because we have added all the scented ingredients, all the aromatic ingredients, so we want them to give a nice aroma. So let it cook for about 2 minutes and your chicken korma is ready. Nutmeg, mace and kevla water will transform your korma to a new level. You must be able to smell a nice aromas when you're eating korma. This is the authenticity of korma. It must please your nose too. Right after a few minutes, your chicken korma is ready. Just take a look at the doneness of the chicken, and you can see the bone is exposed on the leg, so which means your curry is cooked. This is my authentic Delhi style chicken korma recipe. I hope you liked it. Do give it a go. Do let me know how you get on.